Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. So delighted to have you join me tonight. So delighted to be here tonight. And definitely want to go ahead and give you guys an opportunity to join the show at any point. Feel free to call 516 418 5572. Again, it's 516 418 5572. We're going to have an outstanding show for you guys tonight. Thank you again for joining us. But before we get the show started, let's go ahead and thank our ace in the hole, number one sponsor. That is Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. So definitely feel free to visit Chef G right here in Tampa, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. And if you can't come down to Tampa, that's all right. You still got a great opportunity. Feel free to pick up any one of the four great flavors right at flbbqsauce.com. Again, it's flbbqsauce.com. Get that sauce for the Super Bowl. You place your order, you will get it before the Super Bowl. No worries, no hassles. You will definitely have one of the best Super Bowl parties you could think of. It'll be almost real close, but almost as great as what we're going to have here because Chef G's will be in the house for a Super Bowl. So definitely Chef G, Florida barbecue sauce. You cannot go wrong with it for the Super Bowl. So make sure you check that out. We're going to play, in fact, all of the music here tonight is done by none other than Maine, Sam Scola, right out of Maine. Him and Mary, want to thank them so much. His beautiful wife, Mary. They are the ones who definitely supplied all of the great songs. So we're going to play the Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce song for you tonight. That first song to open the show was by Sam Scola again. If you need that number one song, that songwriter, feel free to reach out to me right here at the Alford Sports Talk Show. I will connect you with Sam Scola, and you guys can make it happen. The sky's the limit. So definitely going to play a great song. This is the Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce song, sang by none other than Sam Scola. There you go. Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. So don't forget to pick up any one of the great four flavors at flbbqsauce.com. And it's flbbqsauce.com. Definitely check it out. Don't forget that sauce. So, folks, it has been a fantastic day already, and it's going to be a great night because you're joining us here in the Alford Sports Talk Show. Let me go ahead and first give some breaking news. Yeah, so for those who did not see the announcement online, I did an interview today on UFL Fan Den with Kurt Swieger, and it was awesome. Through the interview, Kurt had, give me the invitation, shocked me and surprised me to be the co-host on his show of UFL Fan Den. So I graciously accepted. So guess what? The Allen Alford Sports Talk Show will still be here, folks. We're not going anywhere. We are just expanding. So you will be able to catch me here, right here, every Friday, 9:30 p.m. EST time, 8:30 p.m. CST time. So nothing has changed on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. But the great thing is for all of your football fans, UFL fans, XFL, USFL, you will be able to catch me on UFL Fan Den in live and in action. We did a show 11 o'clock EST time. For all intents and purposes, that time will stay on Friday. So you actually on Friday will get a chance to see me. If I don't do a live telecast like I'm doing now on YouTube and live streaming, you will actually be able to catch me 2 times on Friday. One during the day for UFL and later at night with UFL, but also outside sports like I normally do. If anything is going on, you will get more of a broader scope. The UFL will be more specific about UFL news, XFL, USFL. So it is awesome. It is really a blessing. Anytime, you have an opportunity in life that you're making the right move, you just go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and participate and be an outstanding co-host. And I know Kurt's going to keep doing his thing, doing fantastic. I'm excited about the opportunity. It's going to be great for you, for all your fans, the listeners, supporters of the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show, as well as the UFL Fan Den, because it will give people an opportunity to get more insight on the UFL, football, XFL. And Alan's a passionate person. I don't know if you did watch the interview earlier today. One of the things I did state was I'm not sure if I'm going to get media credentials for the UFL. I'm not sure yet. But irregardless of whether that happens or not, I thought about this more. I am still going to cover the UFL. That is the way it's going to go. I've learned in life, if you have roadblocks, sometimes you can't go through people. You have to go around them. And that's what it's going to be. I'm going to keep my word as I mentioned to you. I'm going to reach out again this Monday with the UFL, give it one last Hail Mary pass to see if I can get a response from the league. I hope it goes well. And then we'll go from there. Regardless of whether those credentials happen or not, I am still going to cover the UFL, but at a different perspective and a different angle. I'm not going to let it stop me. So, hey, when you're after something in life, you want to succeed, you're passionate about something, you're going to go after it. And if you can't, like I said, if you can't go through people, you got to go around them. So what I mean by that is you don't have to cover the league and things like that from afar. I definitely feel as if it's more beneficial to cover it inside, but I can only do it so much. We'll play it by ear and go from there. But I am excited to be the co-host now of the UFL Fan Den. So you're going to get a lot of great football news, and I will still continue doing this great show. Nothing is changing here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We're just expanding. Again, the phone number to join in is 516-418-5572, 516-418-5572. So you're going to get a chance to see a lot of football news and UFL plus and beyond. So that's going to be awesome. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to, now 2 channels, the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show, and go ahead and join the UFL Fan Den. You can either subscribe to the channel or you can do both if you're ambitious. Subscribe to the UFL Fan Den channel and also visit the website, the UFL Fan Den. Definitely log in to become a member. You will definitely get a lot of insight. And as I was talking to Kurt, for the UFL Fan Den, it really brought back a lot of great memories of how fun it was covering the XFL and covering the Orlando Guardians, even with the team no longer, surviving the merger. I'm still pressing forward, and I encourage all the fans to do that too. Yes, I know you might be bummed out if your team did not survive the merger. I am included in that. I was covering the Orlando Guardians the entire season, not just When I say entire season, I mean inception, the first press conference and beyond. And I've done countless interviews, countless experiences and things that happen on and off the field, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. And these things happened throughout the XFL year. It was outstanding. And as a bonus, I even got a chance to cover, for those who don't know, the XFL championship game. So even after the Orlando Guardians were officially eliminated and the season was over, they let me continue forward and cover the XFL championship game. So the team that I covered for about a game or so was the Arlington Renegades. So they ended up being the champs. It was an outstanding experience going to San Antonio, watching that game, that championship game. And this is why in life you want to always do like Eminem said. If you had one shot or one opportunity, if you had an opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? That line is so important in life that when opportunities come presented to you, you have to be willing to jump in and take advantage of them because you never know if you're going to get another opportunity. Let's say the championship game, I said, you know what? I'll go next year. Well, guess what? There will not be another next year, meaning, yes, there will be a championship at the end of the UFL season, but it's a new league, UFL, different teams, different players, different coaches, different dynamic altogether. It's not all the same. But I went ahead the first year of the XFL 2.0, with Dwayne Johnson and The Rock and Redbird Capital is ownership. I went to the only one and only championship game they had, and it was phenomenal. It was outstanding experience, and that's what you have to do in life if you want to make it. Always take advantage of opportunities when they're presented to you, because you may not get another opportunity. And believe me and you, that has happened to me, and that's why I'm telling you, do not wait on opportunities. So, I appreciate Kurt from the UFL Fan Den. That was a surprise to me. I was really just, thinking it was just going to be another interview, and it was a surprise. But, I'm excited for the opportunity. Again, this show is going to still be on. I will be doing double duty, so to speak. So you'll see me 11 o'clock EST time, 10 o'clock CST time, going live on UFL Fan Den. And then you will see me regular show time like you always do, 8:30 p.m. CST, 9:30 p.m. EST. That's not changing the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. A lot of great things going to happen. In fact, I do have some great interviews and great content that's coming out. That's going to be coming out real soon. I will be spreading that out. I did want to go ahead and, give some props. Last weekend, I went ahead and participated in the Pete Alonso Foundation Battle for the Bay. That was here in Tampa. That was an outstanding experience. I got to give, definitely Dugout Mugs a lot of credit. I got to give them props. I got to give, definitely it was an outstanding experience. I got a chance to meet up with Dugout Mugs again, DJ Fresh, the official DJ of the Tampa Bay Rays. That was awesome. Chris Denart from, Dugout Mugs. It was awesome. You guys got to check out that interview. It's right there on Instagram or YouTube, as well as Facebook. It was a fantastic experience. And I'm going to give, another, kind of video synopsis of the Alonso Foundation. I did it for year one. I'm going to do it for year two. That's going to be coming up soon too. So definitely keep your eye out for that. And again, if you ever want to join in and chime in, the number is 516-418-5572, 516-418-5572. So, there is a couple of big games coming on this weekend. And for those who don't know, this is the last weekend before you're going to get 2 weeks off and the Super Bowl is going to start. So you better chime in and listen and watch this weekend, because after this weekend, these games, is 2-week break, Super Bowl, and the season is over. The NFL season is over. There is the Pro Bowl coming up. So definitely keep your eye out for that. That's on the 1st. So definitely, and that's right here in Tampa, in Camping World Stadium. It's Sunday, February 4th. I beg your pardon. Is the game? It's the festivities start Thursday, February 1st, and it goes through to Sunday, February 4th, all right here in Camping World Stadium. So that was ironically the same stadium that the Guardians were going to play in, but that was not going to be the case. And for those people who don't understand that I did cover the Guardians, and I really thought, like everyone else, they were going to be a year two. I thought they were going to go for a year two. I thought the USFL was going to keep doing what they're doing at least for another year. It wasn't meant to be. They decided to merge. So that's why things are at the UFL. And so the Pro Bowl is from Thursday, February 1st, all the way through to Sunday, February 4th. There's a lot of great activities. Make sure you check into that. That, again, is at Camp World Stadium. And I'm going to give you guys all up to date on the NFL games, and I'll make sure you guys understand that too. It's going to be, man, it is going to be an outstanding weekend of football. The game is at 3 o'clock on Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Ravens. Kansas City Chiefs at the Ravens. So it's ironic, because you were not used to Patrick Mahomes playing a road game. It's kind of gets you get taken for granted that you win the season, win the division every single year, but it wasn't the case. They are going on the road to play against the Ravens. So let me give you my thoughts on this game. This is going to be a really, really good game. I do think that the Ravens are going to win this game. However, one of the things that Lamar Jackson did kind of like say during this week that kind of brought me to like, I don't know, man, is the fact that he said he doesn't like to play against Patrick Mahomes. He feels if he's a elite quarterback, in Hall of Fame, where he said the right things, but he has to remember when he steps on that field on Sunday, you might have all the admiration and respect for the quarterback you're playing against, but when you step on that field, it is you against them. You are competing to advance to go to the Super Bowl. You can't be in awe of somebody or give them too much respect where you're not playing your game. That is the key. If Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, do what they're supposed to do and they play their game and they don't kind of like get sticker shock because it is Patrick Mahomes, not saying that that's what's going to happen, but if you let your mentals say, oh man, I'm playing against the great Patrick Mahomes, future Hall of Famer, and you start getting in awe of that, yes, the Ravens could lose this game. Definitely Lamar has to put the foot on the gas. He has to go ahead and execute. He has to look at Patrick Mahomes while he's on the field playing in that game that this guy is trying to get what I need to get. So I cannot let that happen. I have to have the killer instinct and go out there and compete at a very high level. Because that's what it's going to take to beat Patrick Mahomes, especially Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I know this is a road game, but let's call for what it is. Patrick Mahomes, he has the experience, big game experience. He still has Travis Kelce, a future Hall of Famer. He still does have some weapons. No, he doesn't have Tyreek, but he does have Andy Reid. So if they do not play their game, being the Ravens, they're enamored of who they're playing against, they will lose this game. So the Ravens have to remember they're competing to play and represent in the Super Bowl. As I stated in the beginning of the show, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? This is a one-time opportunity, and the Ravens should win this game. However, I've learned in football very early in the game, not always the best team wins. It's the team that plays the best at the time wins. There's a difference. So you might have a better team than your competitor. But if you don't play on that day like you're the better team, you will lose. So it's not always the best team that wins. It's who plays the best during the time of the game during the game is who's going to win. If the Ravens do what they're supposed to do, they should win this game. They do have the better defense. They play that gritty type of Raven football. They can run the ball very good. Lamar Jackson is electric. He is going to get the MVP. That's pretty much a sure thing. And yes, the Ravens should win this game. But I still say the margin of error is still very, very thin. I believe, in my opinion, the league was hoping that Taylor Swift made it to at least the championship game, because she's going to make it to the championship game. But the thing about it is, in the Super Bowl, there's going to be a lot of other celebrities there. So yes, she's still going to be a celebrity if they do get past the Ravens. But my whole thought process is the league wanted Taylor to at least make it to the championship game, because you can get to the Super Bowl at that point. There's, Usher and celebrities there. There's going to be plenty of other celebrities at the Super Bowl. I know this for a fact, because even the celebrities you don't see that are featured on the Jumbotron, that's only maybe 40% of the celebrities that are actually here or at the venue when you actually go to Super Bowl game. That's some inside information. I'll repeat that you might see 20, 30 celebrities at the Super Bowl on the Jumbotron. However, there's realistically about double the amount that are actually in the city doing parties, doing events, doing other things. They may not be in the suite, but they are there. So, that's why the NFL, I feel, wanted the Chiefs to at least get this far against the Ravens, because, celebrity going to be there at the championship game. If they don't advance, it's okay. That's just my thought on what was best for the league, so to speak. But I do think the Ravens are going to win the game, but it's definitely going to be something that, if they don't play their part, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and they didn't play that great leading into this year, but in the playoffs, they're a different story. And then, which is kind of ironic, the night game is the Lions versus the 49ers. That is at 6:30 p.m. Sunday. So there is no Saturday game tomorrow. There's only 2 Sunday games. And I'm going to give you the NFL streaming, the networks that it's had on. I had it on here before for the championship games. I'm going to give that to you because I know a lot of people do want to know the championship games, the networks. So, okay. Sunday's NFL championship games will air on Fox and CBS. And you will be able to see, it's Fox or CBS. So that's going to be good. Most people are going to be familiar with that, but that's where you're going to be able to go ahead and watch a game, Fox or CBS, for the championship games. So keep a lookout on that. Again, that's 3:00 game for the Ravens on Sunday. Ravens, and that's going to be the Chiefs. And then you're going to have 6:30 is going to be the Lions and the 49ers. Now, that game is going to depend on one single person. Right now, the way I look at it is going to depend on one person. And that person who plays a pivotal role in the outcome of this game is going to be none other than Deebo Samuel. If Deebo Samuel does not play in this game, I don't believe the 49ers are going to be able to get past them and win this game. I really don't. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think that Deebo Samuel is the guy, a playmaker. He's just hard for you to match up against. He makes Brock Purdy that much better. And I don't know why people call Brock Purdy a game manager, because being a quarterback in any level is very difficult. If you are quote unquote a game manager, he's an outstanding game manager because he, number one, doesn't really he doesn't fumble the ball. He doesn't throw many picks. He gets the ball to his playmakers. Yes, he doesn't have the strongest arm, but he stays within himself. And that's what you want. You don't want a quarterback running back there trying to play hero ball. and then you run into issues. You throw that pick, you throw that pass you shouldn't have thrown. Jordan Love, he played a great game, but he did try to play a little bit of a hero ball, an unwanted hero ball towards the end of that game. He went, across his body, threw across his body, across the field. That is a no-no. He knows that quarterback shouldn't be doing that, and he didn't need to throw a pass like that in the middle of the field with the time that he had left. He just didn't need to throw that ball. It was a poor decision. He played very good that game, but that decision ended their season. So the point I'm trying to make is you can't really, I don't think Brock Purdy gets the credit he deserves. You guys got to ease up on him with the criticism because, hey, there are quarterbacks, and we've seen it in the NFL, that, fumble the ball as a quarterback, get stripped, sacked, then they throw unadvised passes. There's no such thing as a quote unquote game manager. You got to make plays. And he threw a beautiful ball to a touchdown. But I think with the stakes being as high as it is, with the game being as big as it is, I don't believe that the 49ers advance without Deebo Samuel playing this game. This is going to be a very competitive game. Having said that, let's go ahead and bring on the first call of the day. Let's do that right now. Hey, how you doing so far tonight, Lou? Hey, hey, we got the group with us today. Okay, got 2 for 1 special. 4. Wow, 4 people on a call. Wow. Hi, everybody. It is going to be a very interesting game on Sunday, and that is going to be one of the games that it's going to be a history making game because if the Lions do pull us out, they're going to the Super Bowl. So first one ever, and I, you know what? If Debo Samuel's not playing, I think the Lions win this game. That's my prediction right there. If he doesn't play, you're not going to beat the Lions as good as they're playing without all your weapons. What are your thoughts on that? Okay, you must be talking about Jared. Brock, okay. So you're more worried about Brock than you are about Goff? I don't know. I think Brock Purdy's actually pretty good. I think he's pretty good. I mean, I just think he's actually a pretty good football player. I don't know why people are kind of hard on him. I'm actually more worried about Jared Goff because he played outstanding against the Bucks. I don't know if he can do that. I don't know if he can have that type of performance again. Yeah, because he played. I mean, he was really the Bucks killer right there. If he doesn't make some of those plays, the Bucks win the game. But he made the plays when they mattered, and he got it done. You got to give the man credit where credit is due. But I just think I have the Lions winning that game if Debo Samuels does not play. If Debo does play, I think the 49ers hold them off. They hold off a very good Lions team. That's my prediction. Yeah, the Lions are playing really, really good football, and that's the thing. They're 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 doing outstanding. They're doing fantastic, and I just think if it'd be exciting to see the Lions win, but Debo Samuel plays. I think the league wants the Ravens, and I think they want the 49ers to play. What do you think? I think the league. Yeah, folks. I'm getting the impression, and I'm definitely getting the vibe from the league that they want the Ravens versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah. So it should be interesting to see. But yeah, you know what? What do you got cooking going on tomorrow? All right. Yeah, right. Lou. So that's the legend Lou. So yeah, I do have another line. You want to stay on the line with her? Okay. Let me do that. All right. Today is my lucky day. I got both Diane and Lou on the line. How you been? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Really appreciate you. So I'm glad you called in. I got to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the Bills not advancing? what do you? Yeah. What do you think went wrong? Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't give threat threats. Looking at that kick and the conditions, Tyler Bass to me is an outstanding kicker. But you have to be realistic at the expectations. It was cold. It was windy. I knew that he was going to have a hard time making that kick. You know, you're looking at a 40-yard plus kick in freezing temperature. I knew he was going to have trouble making that kick. I even told my son he's probably not going to make this kick, and it did not surprise me at all. He missed it. But to give death threats, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, that's just crazy. To be doing that nonsense, and the guy's automatic. But it was cold. It was freezing, and you had wind. It's Buffalo. What do you expect? You know, it wasn't a short kick. It wasn't a short kick. But excuse me, and the thing about it is, but you know what? I got to give the Bills credit. They fought hard. They fought real hard. It was a good game. You know, we'll see what happens again to them. But who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? Who do you want to see in the Super Bowl, Dan? Chiefs and Lions. Okay. Who wants the opposite? She wants Chiefs and Lions. Oh, okay. And Diane, I got to get your thoughts on one more thing. Well, we had Jason Kelsey there in the stands. What'd you think about Jason Kelsey coming in and supporting Bills Mafia? Yeah, that was cool. So that was real cool. But it's gonna be a great weekend. Say again? Yeah, yeah. Yep. But I think it is. I think he's gonna retire. I don't think it's I think he's legit when he says that. I mean, he's sure acting like a guy who's retired. I mean, he's yeah. I mean, you know what? He's acting like he's retired. So but I'm looking forward to you guys tomorrow. I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow for sure. So to definitely yeah, 512-543-4662, 512-543-4662. Make sure you guys tune in between 4 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. And definitely you can check out Lou at the Enhanced Sports Show. The Enhanced Sports Show, right there on YouTube. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I appreciate you and definitely Diane and Lou. 2 for 1 special I got tonight. Appreciate you guys. All right. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Take it easy. Have a good night. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's always awesome that you go ahead and get a 2 for 1 special. I got a chance to get Lou and his significant other, Diane, right there on the enhanced, right there from the Enhanced Sports Show. So make sure you support Lou from 4 to 6 p.m. Just type in Enhanced Sports Show right here on YouTube, or you can check him out at 512-543-4662. Again, that's 512-543-4662. His show is Saturday between 4 and 6 p.m. So yeah, it is really cool. And that's what we do here at the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. We never hate, we always support. And yes, I'm excited too about the new show. That is correct. Is I'm be co-hosting the UFL, you know, UFL Fan Den with Kurt. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great, and it's going to be a lot of great fun, man. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, I'm just so excited and blessed. And in fact, let me type in that chat. Looking forward to it too, and it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so definitely got to give props to Kurt from UFL Fan Den. Make sure you guys check out that interview and subscribe to UFL Fan Den. And it was an awesome time. You know, uh, that's the thing. I want to make that clear to people because I had a troll that came on TikTok a few days ago before I did this interview. They were talking about, hey, nobody's watching. Folks, you cannot go by the amount of likes, comments that you get on any social media post. Again, I repeat that you cannot go by the likes or comments by what you get on a post. It is the effectiveness of the post that you put, meaning not everybody's going to comment, not everybody's going to like it, but it doesn't mean that people are not watching what you're doing. Trust me, I know that from this side. I know that when you put out great stuff, people are paying attention. You may not get 200,000 likes on a post. You may not get 50,000. You may not even get 10. Keep moving forward. Keep putting out great content. Trust me, people are watching. I've met people that told me, "Hey man, this is real. Hey, I saw that you did this and this." They were recalling stuff to me literally like as if they were looking at my timeline, and I'm like, you never commented on anything. You never even liked it. How did you know all of this? He's like, yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, 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 okay. And you're like, not only did you see it, you were studying it because you're like, hey, I did this. I was like, okay. You didn't like, you didn't comment, subscribe. So I learned early in this game, you cannot go by that. Props to Jamar Chase, the wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. He saw the post that I put up, the one that troll was trying to get at me with Isaiah King. I put up the interview that I did with Isaiah King, the free agent who is trying to get signed by the UFL or team. And he's a very, very good player. He went to 4 XFL showcases. And throughout that interview, he said there's 4 players that he looks up to. I can even tell you, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers. He looks up to Devontae Adams. And there was one more wide receiver. Jamar Chase. Oh, yes, Stephon Diggs. There you go. Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, and Devontae Adams. Those 4 players he mentioned throughout this interview that he looks up to and aspires to be one of them. He's a wide receiver too. Lo and behold, I tagged those 4 gentlemen because, hey, somebody's saying something about you. You should hear it. And not only that, it's something positive. It is something inspiring. You have a great player who's saying they are looking up to you, who made it, and you're their role model. That is great information. I tagged him in it. I know for 100% Jamar Chase saw that interview. So, again, no comment, no like, no, but still, that is extremely successful. So, keep going forward. I'm very excited to go ahead and join the UFL Fan Den as a co-host. I'm honored. I'm flattered. And, it motivated me even more to do even better job for the UFL, regardless of how it plays out. I'm very honest with people. I'm very transparent. As I mentioned in the interview, that I'm going to on Monday reach out to the UFL again and give it a third opportunity. So it's 3 strikes, in business, you're out. But I'm going to give it a fair opportunity to reach out. No bitterness, no hate or anything, and definitely try to continue our relationship and cover the UFL. I covered the Guardians for the whole year. Things I know, ownership has changed, things have changed, and players have changed, players, coaches, and such not. But you have seen enough to know that I come in peace. I'm looking to help the players, the coaches, the league. That's who you want covering the league. I've seen just this week quite a few, I would say irritable things that as me as a member of a media that watched other members of the media giving us bad PR. For example, you know, Jokiv, what ended up happening was there was an incident on the basketball court where a fan was basically heckling the player, and he was going on and on and on and on for a while, apparently what the player said, and eventually the player had enough and asked the fan to be leaved. It wasn't the first thing they said, it wasn't the second. It sounded like it was going on for at least a whole quarter and a half from what the timeline was, and the player got frustrated and had enough and asked them to be escorted out. They did that. Well, the member of the press was like, "Hey, how come you didn't ask him to be kicked out as soon as he said something rude?" He's like, "Well, I'm not." The player was like, "Hey, I don't usually just ask fans to get kicked out. I give them some leeway. They pay for their ticket, and I wasn't looking to kick them out." But it got to the point where it was just getting frustrating, annoying, and they said something that crossed the line, and then that's when I decided that enough was enough. That's a normal reaction that most people would have. He went too far with it. So I just thought that the thing that shocked me was that the player said, "I knew you were going to be coming with me with negativity first out of everyone. And I knew you was going to write that too. And I knew that you were going to just say that it was just the one thing they said, which it wasn't the one thing they said." So the point I'm trying to make is they didn't get all the facts right. They are obviously habitually negative based on the interaction I saw with the player and the media, and they're not being fair. And The fact is, you might be great at what you do, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever sport it is. The person that is playing is still a human being. People forget that. Yes, they might make millions of dollars. Yes, they might be in a commercial. Yes, they might, take private jets or what have you, but the person is still a human being. They want a certain level of respect, decency, and fairness. If you don't show them any of the above, they are going to rebuke you. They're going to, you know, kind of like contest anything you do, and it won't be a good working relationship. You have to give the person respect. That's one of the bad things about some of the people in the media. They don't show the other person respect. They think they're superhuman because they can slam they can hit a ball 500 feet. They can go ahead and slam a basketball from mid-court. They can go ahead and run a 4-3-2. Now they're not human being because they have superhuman powers. They are exceptional at what they do, but they still are human being, and you still have to treat them with respect. You have to give people respect. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I've learned that a lesson a long time ago. Give people respect. Always show them respect. And even if they're not a sensational basketball, football, baseball player, you treat people with respect and kindness, and it will work itself out. That's just how it goes. And I felt like, yeah, the member of the media wasn't being cool. You weren't being fair. You weren't being cool. And he knew it. That's the things that kind of irritate me covering the media. That, like, I mean, like, what type of questions are you asking? I mean, ask more about the game. Okay, yes, you may have asked a question or two about what happened. I get it. But make sure you get your facts straight. You could ask, I know that you had an incident with the player, with the fan. Can you just describe in your what happened, give your version of what happened. That's, instead of coming with judgment, so to speak. Just get the facts. And it wasn't even factual because the player said, he was riding me the whole game. And at least up until the point they got kicked out. It wasn't just the one thing they said. And I saw that clip on social media where it says this fan got ejected by saying one thing. And that's what I was thinking. But when I heard their point of view, it wasn't just one thing. They were riding him for a while, and then he got kicked out. And let me just go ahead and you know, let me just pull up some facts for you guys. Yeah. So it's just you got to treat people with respect. That's the main thing. You got to treat people with courtesy and respect, and it will work itself out. It'll work itself out. And I want to go ahead and talk a bit about baseball. I definitely want to bring this up to you guys. Props to Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, and Joe Mauer, all receiving the 75% votes to be enshrined. Jim Leland is also in that class, but he was, elected in. But yes, he's going to be enshrined as well come time for Cooperstown. But that is outstanding. Big round of applause to all of them. In fact, let me go ahead and do that. Let me give the round of applause. Yeah, so it's outstanding. Anytime you can get elected into the Hall of Fame, it is something that is just a magnificent accomplishment. Believe it or not, folks, these are some facts that you probably didn't know unless I'm telling you right now. Adrian Beltre got 366 votes, which was 95.1% of the votes. That is astonishing that he got, over 95% of the votes, and that goes to show you that people look at Adrian Beltre as a Hall of Fame player. Not to say that the other two weren't, but anytime you get, that type of voting statistic, that is outstanding. And Todd Helton received 307 votes, 79.7%. Joe Mauer ends off with 293 votes, 76.1%. So just made it, but hey, Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame. You get 75% or more, you are in. Doesn't matter if it's 75.1, is 75 and above. And you need 289 votes to be elected. That's another fact. 289 votes. Joe Mauer got 293 votes. But it's an outstanding accomplishment. I love the fact that you're going to have multiple guys coming into the Hall of Fame. I really felt over the last 2 or 3 years that it's just been one or two guys where it's like, it's getting real tight and stingy where, you know, maybe the league only wants certain people in there. But the fact that there's multiple people going in this year, that is outstanding. It's remarkable. Man, it's just, and the person with the close but no cigar, unfortunately, was Billy Wagner, 284 votes. Again, you need 289. He had 73.8% of the vote. But there was a couple other votes that was pretty interesting. Gary Sheffield actually received 246 votes, 63.9% of the votes, which is actually, pretty good for Gary Sheffield. He actually got more votes than Andrew Jones. Excuse me, let me just take a sip of water here. Yeah, so that's outstanding. Andrew Jones had 61.6% of the votes, 237 votes. So Gary Sheffield actually finished higher than Andrew Jones. So that is outstanding. And in fact, let me talk about Gary Sheffield. Okay. Full disclosure, I've met Gary Sheffield a couple times. He's actually done an interview with me here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. You could check that out, that interview here on YouTube, and you could also check it out on my Instagram page too, at Alford. So Gary Sheffield, first and foremost, to me, is a first ballot Hall of Famer both on and off the field. Let me just be clear about that. And you can even throw in golf too. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer golf too. Man can play some golf. But the great thing about Gary Sheffield is not only is he an outstanding baseball player, he's a great individual. And, I know that throughout the time that I kind of watched baseball and followed his game, watching from it, I wasn't in the media at that point. Looking at it from the outside, he was not covered very well in the media. He was looked at as kind of like a brash dude, do you want to say? And, hey, stay away from this guy. He's not a nice guy. He causes problem in the locker room, causes problem in the team. He came across as that type of person, just hearing from him from the media standpoint, not actually meeting him. Let me just tell you that is false. Gary Sheffield is an outstanding individual. He's actually even cooler when you actually meet him. And I understand Gary Sheffield because, we actually have something in common. I'm African American. He is too. But more importantly, he's from Tampa and he was raised in a rough neighborhood. I can understand a lot of where he's coming from, where you feel as if people are against you. So I can relate to Gary Sheffield a lot. A lot of people who cover him could not relate to him. So their perspective of him wasn't usually good. Gary Sheffield is extremely fan friendly. He is extremely fan friendly. So much so that a lot of people who get positive, media attention are not as friendly, believe it or not. Meaning a player, when the camera's rolling, that red light is on, knows a lot of times how to say the right thing in front of a camera. But when you meet them, they are not the same person you saw on the camera. They're completely different. Gary Sheffield is authentic. He's the same that you see in camera, but he's also extremely cool when you meet him in person. And if you want to get an autograph, Gary will sign your autograph. Extremely cool about that. Gary Sheffield is a stud with autograph signing. I'm telling you, first and foremost. Whereas somebody, again, can give a great interview, you see him on the field, they blow it off like there's no tomorrow. Some people that actually surprise you. I won't mention those names, but I'm just going to let you know he's extremely fan-friendly. Having said that, I know I'm probably in the minority in this because of everything, with the background of, the Balco stuff. It's all documented. I don't have to go into that, but that was the culture back then. But Gary Sheffield is a Hall of Fame player. You understand? It is what it is. Whether you love him or loathe him, the man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I had a vote. I would gladly vote with pride Gary Sheffield. Without a doubt, if you don't believe me, ask Derek Brooks. So I don't know if Gary will make it to the Hall of Fame. I've said this before. I'm not sure. Again, it's not in my hands, but I do believe he deserves to be in Kent and Cooperstown. He needs to be in Cooperstown. And that's the frustrating thing about Major League Baseball, in a lot of degrees, where I'm coming from, is that I feel as if Major League Baseball is too political. I really do. It's too political. Is a guy a Hall of Famer or not? Is he or is he not a Hall of Famer? None of this ego stuff. Oh, I'm not going to vote for you because you're first ballot. The first time you're on the ballot, I'm not voting for you. I'm going to vote for you year 2. And in year 3, we'll figure it out. Is a guy a Hall of Famer or not? Yes or no? That's it. Check the box. That's it. Make it simple. Simplify it. That's it. Give credit where credit is due. That's not words that I made up. That's words my dad's made up. Meaning, if I cover you, regardless of whether I think you're a cool guy, I think you're the world's biggest jerk, anything in between, if I feel as if you're talented and you do something great, I'm going to say, you know what? He may not be the nicest person to get along with. He ruffles a lot of feathers. But you know what? That guy can play some baseball and he's a Hall of Famer. I could separate the two. And people need to understand that. If a person a Hall of Famer, you vote him in. If you didn't like him, that's okay. What did he do in the field? Was he great at what he did? If he is, vote him in. That's it. Don't this person, I don't like this person. We get too much into that nowadays. Is he a Hall of Famer or not? Don't go about the ballots because you hurt the person by not voting for them on the first time around. If they are a Hall of Famer, then the second time they may not get your vote. They might get your vote and not get someone else's vote. And then it makes it more difficult. As you know, it's just like, real estate. The longer your house is on the market, the harder it is to sell. So, but props, that is actually a pretty good number for Gary to be at 63%. Of course, it's below the 75, but that is definitely a positive thing. I really hope Gary Sheffield makes it. I believe he does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And, we'll talk about that, Yeah, so that's the thing. I completely agree. That's the thing about baseball. There's too many favorites and there's too many writers and voters that will just vote on you because of favoritism. It just gets too political. And that's what I don't like about Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. It's too political. And that's what it is. And I'll say it like this, if I had a vote, I would vote for Barry Sanders too. I think Barry Sanders is an exception to the rule. Regardless of whether he did whatever he did, the stat that sets Barry apart from everything else is the fact that he's the only Major League Baseball player with 500 home runs and 500 steals. That right there, it's first ballot Hall of Fame. You can take off 250 home runs from him and keep that 500 and 500. He's going into the Hall of Fame. And to me, that is undeniable. Now, I do think it's a case-by-case basis, but I do think Barry Bonds is an exception to the rule. I would vote him in. I mean, I think the guy's a Hall of Famer. Do I think there might be some dirt on there? Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know. But whatever it is, he's a Hall of Famer. 500 home runs, 500 steals. Anybody else did that, they would be first ballot Hall of Fame. So that's something to ponder and think about. Too many favorites in baseball. But I just think, I definitely want to give props to the guys who made it. Nowadays to get in the Hall of Fame for anybody, politics aside, it's been like you don't know who's going to make it. But I would get more to other players Who I feel should be there, shouldn't be there another day. But for now, congrats to the guys who made it. Again, that's Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, Joe Mauer. That is definitely, and Jim Leland as well. You can't forget about Jim Leland. Jim Leland wasn't the vote. He got voted in through the Veteran Association. So props to all of them. I'm going to give another round of applause to all the great guys. Yeah, so definitely a lot of great things happening here on the Allen Alford Sports Hook Show. I did want to talk a little bit about the coaching hiring, and I am not surprised that Bill Belichick did not get hired this go round. And I'm more, I was actually going to be shocked if Bill Belichick got the Atlanta Falcons job. He'd be like, hey, this guy's a 6-time Super Bowl champion. Why would you think he would not be hired by the Falcons? Well, it's very simple. Pride, ego, power. Those things are synopsis with each other. Meaning, if you're going to hire a guy like Bill Belichick, you have to understand a few things. Number one, if you bring him in, you're going to give Bill pretty much all the credit. Not only are you going to give him all the credit, you have to give him free reign. I want to have Bill wants to have player, the definitely pick on who he gets. He wants to have certain personnel. He wants things done a certain way. He's very specific and very organized, and he wants things the way he wants them. A lot of people do not want to cater to people, especially in this day and age. Another thing with Atlanta is that I feel as if the city and the town of Atlanta is more of a younger, hipper type crowd. A guy like Bill, I don't think would have been a very good fit in Atlanta. He just, the way his style is, the way Atlanta, the football league and the culture and the city, I just don't see it being a very good mix for Bill. I just think a younger coach would be a more advantageous for that type of situation. That's what I think. So props to Raheem Morris for getting that job. Got to give him props for that. And that's outstanding. This is the first year that I would say that the league has really made an initiative to hire some, the obvious African American coaches. But I don't feel as if Bill, and it's not a knock on Bill, I just didn't think he was a good fit in Atlanta. The best position I think Bill should have gotten was actually the Cowboys. I really do feel as if he would have fit well with the Cowboys. Number one, I feel as if Jerry Jones would have given him maybe a year or two, say, okay, I'll kind of like, I want to see a Super Bowl. I'm up in age. I'll step back for a year or two, let you call the shots. We'll do it your way. If you don't get a ring within, maybe 2 or 3 years, then you're out. And I think Jerry Jones 5, 6, 10 years ago wouldn't have probably felt that way, but I think he's reached to that point where he wants to see it in his lifetime. Now, having said that, I think Bill Belichick would have been a good position for him in the Cowboys because the players there, and I feel the vibe of the Cowboys would have probably welcomed him in. They would have been more receptive to his coaching. I feel the way the styles and personalities are in the Cowboys, and I think he would have brought some order and some discipline for them. I really do feel as if Bill would have been a very good hire in Dallas, and I felt as if that was his premium spot. I think it would have been a good fit for both Bill and for where I think Jerry is mentally. It didn't play itself out. They wanted to give Mike McCarthy another chance for another season. But if they were going to make a move, that would have been a great pickup to go ahead and go after Bill. The fact that they didn't go for Bill, they decided to go with Mike. I felt as if it was going to be hard for Bill Belichick to get another position this go around. I didn't think the Chargers were a good fit either. It's kind of the same. Like, if anything, it's more Hollywood, younger crowd. I just don't think Bill, the way his style is with LA, I just didn't feel as if it's going to be a good fit either. It would probably have been worse in the Chargers than it would have been in Atlanta. But it wasn't meant to be. And I think Bill is still a great coach, but I do think Bill is kind of like he's kind of like that really really nice exotic car. It's really cool. It's really awesome, but you have to be a specific person who wants to drive that exotic car. Not everybody wants that exotic car. Not everybody wants that attention. Not everybody wants some of the baggage that comes along with driving an exotic car. But if you are that person, you fit the mold, then it's the best thing for you. And that's how I kind of look at Bill. It has to be specific where he goes. But he will get a job someplace. Worst case scenario, he'll get a year off. But I do think eventually he'll make a comeback and get hired by somebody. He's just too good of a coach for somebody not to be interested and make things work. So to answer the question a lot of people's asking, no, I am not surprised that Bill Belichick did not get hired by the Falcons, and no, I'm not surprised that someone else did not pick him up. I do think the Cowboys was his best bet. But props to Raheem Morris. You know, that guy is actually going to do really well in Atlanta. You know, he was a coach here in Tampa Bay. He's a real player type coach. He encourages the player in, engagement, meaning if you're a player for the Falcons, here's an inside tip. Be prepared to sign some autographs. Be prepared to sign some autographs and be involved in the community because that's some of the things that Raheem Morris makes you do. He makes you take time during the practice, go ahead and be a role model for your community, go ahead and sign some autographs for the fans that are out there at the practice facility. He will make the guys sign some autographs, and that's a great thing because you do need to give back. Yes, you're making millions of dollars, and that's great. You're on TV, you got commercials. You got to give the fans something too. Sign some autographs, be great in your community because you never know. The NFL is a great opportunity, great thing for you. However, you want to set yourself up for football and beyond because the NFL stands for National Football League, but it also stands for the NFL, the not for long league. So I hope that you're the exception to the rule if you're a player, but it's 3 years, 3 months is the average time in the not for long league, quote unquote, the NFL. So while you're there, enjoy it. Enjoy signing autographs, enjoy taking pictures, enjoy giving interviews, enjoy being a celebrity on the field because it goes by fast, it goes by quick. And guess what? When nobody's asking for your autograph when your career is over, you would have said, man, I should have been a cool guy and signed for more people. Yes, you should have been a cool guy and signed for more people. That's why you take advantage of it, why you can. Can you sign all of them? No, but make an attempt. Make a valiant attempt. Never know who you're inspiring. Never know. That's it. Never know. And that's a great point for UFL fan den. Bill Belichick could come to the XFL, not the XFL, UFL. UFL. They can, there's no spot open now, but hey, next year, guess what? It may not be a bad thing, Hey, there's some guys who need some discipline. There's some guys who need some discipline. They need some of Bill Belichick's wisdom. Bill Belichick is a great coach. He is a disciplinarian. He's a guy who wants certain things a certain way. He wants you to be in position. He knows the techniques of the game. He knows where you should be positioned to be successful. So, yes, we do need Bill Belichick in UFL. So, hey, that's a great opportunity. And there's some, you know what? There's some former NFL players that should maybe consider coming to the, UFL. Yay, give it a shot. I know guys always want to play. They always think they still got it. Some do. But hey, it's professional football. And the guys that are playing are no slouch. Those guys that are playing in the UFL can play some ball. Let me let you know that for sure. Don't believe me? Ask Terrell Buckley, who played 13 seasons in the NFL, and he would even tell you the talent that was in the league. That was even when they had the XFL separate and the USFL separate, that the talent was outstanding. So just imagine if 8 teams out of, they had 16, 8 teams are gone, the talent's going to be even better and more selective. It's going to raise up even a notch, which is hard to do with the talent that was out there. But that's what's going to happen. So definitely, hey, if you're a former player, you want to stay in shape, go ahead and do it. And in fact, I think Colin Kaepernick should give The Rock a call. I think Rock has said he extended an invitation to Colin Kaepernick, and Colin declined it. What better opportunity you have than to show that you can still play than to go and play for the UFL? And I'm not saying that as a dig. I'm saying that as truth. You haven't played in 7 years. Let people see what you can do. Get some tape out there for you. If you can still ball, show it. Then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just me covering the XFL Orlando Guardians, if I had an opportunity to write a story on every single player who said they could still play, they're going to play, I'd have enough information to write 3 books. If you can ball out, the bottom line is you have to show it on the field. People have heard that story before, that you can play, you ball out. It's kind of like Jerry Maguire when the guy's like, man, marquee players, I smoke all these guys. You hear the guy in the background. Yeah. Guys keep going on. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the best. And they're not playing. Yeah. Whatever. Show it on the field. I think Colin Kaepernick will be a great fit and a great opportunity for him to play is in the UFL. It's professional football. There's some guys who played in the UFL, for people who don't know, that have played in the NFL. There's guys who have backgrounds in the NFL. They got injured. Josh Gordon was in the NFL. He balled out. Cody Latimer, he was former NFL. There's a lot. I mean, Antonio Montavo, who I interviewed, former NFL player. I'm telling you, there's a lot of talented guys out there. So why don't you give it an opportunity? Let people see if you can do it. I guarantee you one thing for sure. You play for the UFL and you ball out, somebody's going to give you an opportunity in the NFL. I can reassure you that. You come out there and ball out, believe me, somebody's going to give you an opportunity. You will get an opportunity to go to at least a practice squad. And that's all you want as a player, is an opportunity. Grab the opportunity while you can. Stop looking for that opportunity in NFL to get off the bat. That ship done sailed already. Go ahead and play for UFL. That's my advice for Colin Kaepernick. Go ahead and show him that you can do it. That's it. Show him, show him you can do it. And let it go from there. I think you should reconsider, talk to The Rock, say, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I would like to go ahead and go to the training camp and compete for the job. With other team you feel, I want to compete for the job, and go from there. That's what it is. Never give up. Compete for the job. See what happens. Let people see. I guarantee you, you're going to get some attention. People are going to be paying attention to see if you could play. And if you could play, somebody's going to sign you. I can see it happening right now. But it's not going to happen by you just saying you could play and not playing. That ain't going to happen. Like Tony Robbins said, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you'll always got. Yep. If you keep doing what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. That's so true. Go ahead and give Rock. Say, you know what? I had a second change of it's not that hard. I had a, epiphany. I had a change of heart. I thought about it. You know what? Let me give it a run. Let me give it a try, Rock. Put me in there. Let me compete. Let's see what he says. See what he says. Colin Kaepernick, go ahead. Give Rock that call and see what he says. Because you're looking for the opportunity in NFL, somebody will call you. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry, man. I'm just being real. Just 7 years, not in the league. I mean, you do the math. I mean, check Tony Robbins. He said that. Verify that. Go ahead. But yes, man, I'm excited to join the UFL Fan Den, being a co-host. and still gonna be doing this show here. So I don't want anybody confusing that. We're just expanding and doing bigger and better things. So I'm gonna be a man of my word, do a fantastic job with Kurt, UFL Fan Den. I'm gonna reach out to the UFL again and see what I hear from them. And and definitely and already that interview that me and Kurt did is already positive responses and a lot of great feed from that already. It's just awesome. People have been texting me and congratulating and saying thank you. I appreciate all those great texts and the great messages online. I'm really appreciative of those things. I'm excited about it, and this is the reason why in life you never give up. You go for what you believe in, what your heart desires, and let the naysayers talk. You just keep moving forward. Just let them talk. You just keep moving forward. That's it. You know, a hater, I'll agree with Stephen A. Smith on this. A hater is nobody or nothing more than a person who sees you doing something they wish they were doing. That's what a hater is. They see you making moves. They feel as if they should be in your position. They probably didn't put the work in because they're behind a computer typing about, hey, this person this person that. They're only hating because they wish they were in your position doing what you're doing. Instead, they're not. They're on a keyboard typing away trying to hate on you. So don't worry about the haters. Don't lose sleep over them. Let them motivate you. So we're gonna keep moving forward here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. I did want to go ahead and give some props to, of course, our great sponsor, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting. You may need a support group. Make sure you visit Chef G right here in Tampa, 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Can't come down to Tampa, that's all right. Visit him at flbbqsauce.com, flbbqsauce.com. Don't forget that sauce. He's got some great flavors. Get that sauce delivered to you before the Super Bowl. You won't regret it. And that's what. And I'm going to be honored and blessed to have Chef G's here celebrating and watching the Super Bowl with me. So make sure you have some Chef G's. So definitely get yourself that bottle, flbbqsauce.com. In fact, let me play that song by Sam Scola. This is the Chef G's Florida Barbecue song by Sam Scola. Awesome. Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Make sure you don't forget to get that great Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce, flbbqsauce.com. flbbqsauce.com. Get it for the Super Bowl. But yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. It is going to be an awesome weekend of definitely a football. I love when it gets down to this because it's competitive. It's kind of like bittersweet because I love to watch competitive football, But at the same token, you know that there's this weekend, 2 week break, the NFL, and then we're going to be looking forward to the UFL. So there's a break, but you know what? It's still football. So that's why you guys need to support the UFL because, hey, if you love football, there's a month and a half break, as far as games are concerned, but you get a chance to stay in touch with the league. Definitely going to have some training camps, a lot of great things. And we are going to keep you posted on that at the UFL Fan Den. I'm excited about it. It's going to be an awesome opportunity. Make sure you guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel here at Alan Alford, or you can visit us on Facebook, Alan Alford Sports Talk Show. Please follow the page here, like it. And you can meet me on all social media. Just type in Alan Alford, AlanAlford. It is always a pleasure. In fact, let me respond to some of these chats. That's right. You never give up. Never give up in life. Never give up. Never give up in life. And in fact, I did want to give before I did want to say something here. And let me just pull this up here. Yeah, so let me just pull this up real quick, folks. Want to make sure I don't miss this. Okay. Yeah, and in life, man, you just never know. You just never know. You never give up in life. I did want to say I've never met this person before in my life, but this story really touched my heart. Her name is Michelle Young. Her name is Michelle Young, and the Instagram is Michelle Young 17. And she was a person that was in the military for many many years. I saw it popped up my news feed that unfortunately there was they have passed. I don't want to go too deep into the details about that, but I definitely want to say rest in peace to the Michelle Young family, and it's really sad because unfortunately they did give up, and that's you'll have to kind of check into that. But in life, don't give up, folks. Don't give up. Don't let somebody whose negativity or try to bring you down. Keep positive, stay positive in life because you just never know in life what life has. Like today, I didn't realize that Kurt was going to be asked me to be his co-host. I was, you just never know what great things could happen to you in life if you just make it to the next day and you keep moving forward and keep going forward. You're always going to have, no matter how nice you are, you're always going to have negative people. That's just part of how life is. You just learn how to deal with it and move forward. I definitely, want to say my condolences to the Michelle Young family. It's really sad. She's a mother, soldier, and if you check out her page, Michelle Young 17, you can pretty much figure out from there what has transpired. But definitely wanted to say that I did see the story, I did see the post, and it popped up my news feed. It was just sad to see. And if you do need help, definitely, and you're having mental health issues, feel free to reach out and call 988. That's a suicide and crisis line. I had walked and participated in two of them last year and this year. So this is something that hits hard to me, even if I don't even know the person. It's just I feel as if there's other options. But if it feels as if it's life is getting too hard for you and you need some help, call that number 988. It can literally save your life. In fact, I went to the walk. One of the girls that was up there said she was all the way in France and she called. She was having, a moment. They talked her and helped her out. And she was there to tell the story to everyone else. Please call 988 if you are having tough times and you feel as if you need help. There's nothing wrong with saying you need help. We all need help at some point in our life to get past through some tough times. But try to stay positive and keep moving forward. That's what we're going to do here at the Alford Sports Talk Show. I definitely want to thank all of the fans of the Alford Sports Talk Show. I want to thank the callers, Diane and Lou. I want to thank Kurt from the UFL Fan Den. I want to thank all you guys for your support. It really means the world to us. You have no idea. And, you guys keep me motivated. That's the great thing is you keep, anytime something happens and I'm like, hey, where can I help out some more? A door will open. And it's all because of you guys. I really appreciate you. Definitely, if you need a songwriter, you need a song written, reach out to me. I'll connect you to Sam Scola. He might write your next song. So I appreciate Sam Scola out of Maine, who does all of our songs here on the Alford Sports Talk Show. So definitely, we're going to wrap up this night. Sorry about the beeping. Let me just turn that down. But yes, that is definitely wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you for all that you do. You guys are awesome. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the Alford Sports Talk Show on YouTube and all social media platforms. And I look forward to being here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, 8:30 p.m. CST time, but also at 11, you will see me live on YouTube right there with the UFL Fan Den. Yes, so definitely looking forward to seeing you guys at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time Zone, 10 o'clock CST on the UFL Fan Den. So you'll see me 2 times on Friday, both in the morning and at night. So that's exciting and that's a blessing. May God bless you guys. Have a great night. We're going to end here at the Alford Sports Talk Show. Be blessed, be well, have a fantastic weekend. Until we see each other again, take care for now. All right, guys.